refuses to let the folly of mortals endanger the home she made for us. For the strength of the people comes from the land, and the bounty of the land comes from her. The wilds are but a garden tended by divine hands. And this commander deck is but a list of cards, tended by the legendary enchantress herself. This is Karametra Enchantress EDH. Karametra Enchantress EDH is a commander deck that combines the enchantment flavor of Theros with the best of Green Ramp and the merciless engine of Legacy Enchantress for a deck that is overly powerful and very hard to disrupt. Karametra costs 3 mana of any color, 1 white and 1 green for a legendary enchantment creature god that is indestructible. Now, as long as your devotion to green and white is less than 7, Karametra isn't a creature. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may search your library for a forest or plains card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. While this deck runs Karametra, Goddess of the Harvest, most any white-green commander will do. This is, at its core, an Enchantress deck, but there is no optimal Selesnya Enchantress commander yet, so Karametra is selected for her ramp and acceleration effects, and the fact that she herself is an enchantment. Obviously, the deck is going to run cards like Knight of the Reliquary because of her great interaction with Karametra, as well as the usual green auto-includes such as Eternal Witness, Corsair of Krufix, and Acidic Slime. However, the bulk of the deck are the 35 enchantments overall that are run. Let's begin with the draw engine itself, based off of a Legacy Enchantress shell. This consists of Argothian Enchantress, Enchantress's Presence, Mesa Enchantress, and though a bit mana pricey, Eidolon of Blossoms. Each of these cards, from enchantments to enchantment creatures, allow us to draw a card each time an enchantment is played. With even one of these in play, this can get out of control fast. But when we have 2 or even 3, we begin to need to win in a hurry, or possibly run the risk of milling ourselves. Yes, the engine is that powerful, but luckily, so is the deck. There's a fair amount of tutoring in this deck in the form of cards such as Idyllic Tutor, Worldly Tutor, Chord of Calling, Eldrami's Call, and Enlightened Tutor. These can help get our draw engine going or search for specific tools once the draw engine is in place. Speaking of tools, Aura Shards is a highly underrated enchantment that reads, whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. Miri's Guile is only 1 green for an enchantment that lets us look at the top 3 cards of our library and then put them back in any order. And Sylvan Library, of course, is an enchantment that offers even more card draw. But what are the deck's win conditions? Ramp up the mana and card draw, then dump enchantments all over the board, and turn those enchantments into creatures with both Opalescence and Starfield of Nyx. Starfield even gives us graveyard recursion on our enchantments, very handy. Both Heliod, God of the Sun, and Nylea, God of the Hunt, help augment those enchantment creatures, or possibly some of the other forces we later end up with. There's added sources of pressure in the form of cards such as Sigil of the Empty Throne, which places a 4/4 white angel with flying onto the battlefield each time we cast an enchantment, and again, we will be dumping enchantments all over the board with this deck. The deck packs a punch in more ways than just its enchantment shenanigans, running both forms of Sigarda, either of which I can imagine you sometimes swapping in as your commander. Finally, just because Dragonlord Dramoka is pure trouble, a 5/7 that can't be countered, and has both flying and lifelink, the deck runs a combination of pillows and removal to help dissuade your opponents from successfully disenchanting your plans. Journey to Nowhere, Oblivion Ring, Banishing Light, Quarantine Field, and Stasis Snare are all enchantments that allow you to exile targets so long as the enchantments remain in play. Whereas enchantments such as Faith's Fetters, Prism Term, Darksteel Mutation, and Song of the Dryads don't fully exile the creature, but very effectively disable it. These are also great against your opponent's commander. Aura of Silence and Ghostly Prison help build a pillow fort around you, while Solitary Confinement lets you flat out stay safe at the cost of skipping your draw step, a low price to pay if your draw engine has already established itself. And Worship is a great last-ditch effort for when we are in danger of simply dying due to loss of life. A great many games can see the whole board teaming up against you, so this helps take the pressure off. You can protect all your enchantments with Sterling Grove, only 1 white and a green for an enchantment that gives all our enchantments Shroud, and can be sacrificed to tutor for an enchantment. Or just serve a little Karmic Justice with Karmic Justice, destroying a non-land permanent each time an opponent destroys one of yours. All the while, Monk Idealist and Auramancer can each recur a destroyed enchantment. Or, if we've suffered a major wipeout, Replenish can return all enchantment cards from our graveyard to play. A properly cast Replenish can sometimes signal the end of the game itself, when Opalescence is among the multitude of cards returned. This deck is built to ramp in synergy with both Karametra and the Enchantress Shell. As such, we are running a very specialized package here. Abundant Growth, Exploration, Miari's Wake, Overgrowth, Utopia Sprawl, and Wild Growth not only ramp, but are also enchantments, triggering Enchantress draws when each is played. What else? Aegis of the Gods is an enchantment, it is also a creature, and it provides you, the player, with X-Proof. Commune with the gods to dig for the enchantment or creature you may need, and Ground Seal to shut off your opponent's graveyard recursion, while simultaneously offering protection from targeted removal of things in your graveyard, which might be awaiting that game-ending replenish. With all our ramp, card draw, and other acceleration, the deck does not run the traditional artifact package. In fact, this deck only runs 1 artifact, and so Stony Silence is a great way to slow down the rest of the board. That 1 artifact we do run, it's Soul Ring, because Soul Ring. Our mana base will obviously deviate dramatically from the basic template we outlined in the 2-color mana base guide. 38 lands total, no artifact accelerants beyond Soul Ring. 6 of these lands are forests, 4 plains, and the other 28 an assortment of shock, fetch, and filter lands. The most notable must-have of this deck's mana base is Serra's Sanctum. Serra's Sanctum provides 1 white for each enchantment you have in play when tapped. With this on the field, we can create enough mana to usually dump our hand, draw a fresh one, dump that one, draw yet another one, and quickly hit a dominating or even win state on the board. Karametra Enchantress is not a casual commander deck. It is very powerful, but it is also very complex, with an insane amount of triggers that are going to stack high. But what I like about it is that it is not another broken turn 3 win combo deck. Rather, it is an intense resource management deck, one that requires its pilot to be fully aware not only of what is happening in their board state, but also what they are building towards. Tend your garden with divine hands. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. You can help me out by remembering to like, share, subscribe, or just by leaving a message. What commander deck would you like to see a tech of next? Let me know in the comments below. And this video has been brought to you in part by a sponsorship from Card Kingdom, as well as the Patreon support of viewers like you. So thank you. When it comes to sleeving oversized Magic the Gathering and other trading cards, there's really not a lot of choices. For many, those planar cards from Plane Chase will simply need to become scuffed as a result of lack of protection. But luckily, there is now hope for that oversized collection. This video will compare and contrast what are currently the only 2 oversized card sleeves on the market today. The Ultra Pro Oversized Deck Protector Sleeves, and the Ultimate Guard Supreme Oversized Sleeves. So which of these 2 is best for you, keeping your oversized foil commanders from a curl and a bend and protecting your planar cards till the very end? Let's take a look. The Ultra Pro oversized deck protector sleeves are sold in packages of 40 and are sized to fit oversized collectible cards up to 3 by 5.5 inches in size. Acid and PVC free, the most noteworthy aspect to them is that they are side loading. Now, we've discussed side loading sleeves on this channel in the past, but in case you missed that episode, by having an opening along the side of a sleeve, you leave a wider area of the card exposed. This means air and other debris is more likely to get inside, and your card is also left vulnerable to unintended scuffs, especially in cases of shuffling. The backs of these sleeves are very much akin to the standard-sized matte Ultra Pro sleeves, in that they are slightly textured or stippled on the back, with a glossy clear front. It makes for a smooth feel, but again, that side opening leaves your cards fairly vulnerable when shuffling. The Ultra Pro sleeves are also very loose on these Magic the Gathering oversized cards. They fit them okay, but as you can see, the opening is, well, always open. It's far from a tight seal, and if your desire is to shuffle a planar deck, you better be as careful as possible. Like much of Ultra Pro's line of protective sleeves, these are satisfactory but fail to go further. I, in fact, have used these for years prior to the Ultimate Guard sleeves becoming available, and found them to do the job just fine. And at an average retail price of $4.99, these will meet many players' needs. Grade C. Satisfactory, they're fine. The Ultimate Guard Supreme oversized sleeves have much in common with the Ultra Pros. Textured backs feel about the same, acid and PVC free, clear glossy front, and made for 3 by 5.5 sized cards. However, what the Ultra Pros lack in terms of a better fit and top opening, Ultimate Guard possesses. Like with regular sleeves, the Supreme oversized Ultimate Guard ones open at the top, not the side, thank goodness, to provide a great fit and allow for safe shuffling of things such as your planar deck. The better fit and top opening go a long way to ensuring you can both better protect your cards and still have a professional gameplay experience. Accidental scratches and bent corners are not likely to occur with these. Sleeve up your entire planar deck or archenemy deck, or whatever other oversized cards you wish to protect. Of course, I feel I should point out that oversized Pokémon foils are simply too large. And no, you can't just use 2 of these sleeves on one of those cards. It's not very effective, averaging about $9.99 per pack of 40. The grade on these is a B+. And to answer your questions in advance, no, there is currently no way to double sleeve oversized cards. Should there be, even I am hesitant to such a need. I hope very much this video has been of some help to you. You can help me out by remembering to like, share, subscribe, or just by leaving a comment. And remember, for a grade roster of every product this channel has reviewed, with appropriate grades and links to the corresponding episodes, as well as just a merchandise store with Tavern Community College t-shirts, playmats, and dice bags, visit www.TaverncommunityCollege today. And this video has been brought to you in part by a sponsorship from Card Kingdom, as well as the Patreon support of viewers like you. So thank you.